Sumayin niyo ang Panginoon.
Sumain niyo din.
Ang mabuting balita ng Panginoon ayon kay San Juan. Papuri sa iyo, Panginoon. Noong panahon iyon, nagbulong-bulungan ang mga Hudyo dahil sa sinabi ni Jesus, "Ako ang pagkain bumaba mula sa langit." Sinabi nila, "Hindi ba ito si Jesus na anak ni Jose? Kilala natin ang kanyang ama't ina. Paano niya ngayong masasabi, 'Bumaba ako mula sa langit'?" Kaya't sinabi ni Jesus, "Huwag kayong magbulong-bulungan. Walang makalalapit sa akin, malibang dalhin siya ng amang nagsugo sa akin. At ang lalapit sa akin ay muli kong bubuhayin sa huling araw." Nasusulat sa aklat ng mga propeta, at silang lahat ay tuturuan ng Diyos. Ang bawat nakikinig sa Ama ay natututo, ay lalapit sa akin. Hindi ito nangangahulugang may nakakita na sa Ama. Yaong nagmula sa Diyos, ang tanging nakakita sa Ama. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang nananalig sa akin ay may buhay na walang hanggan. Ako ang pagkain nagbibigay buhay. Kumain ng mana ang iyong mga ninuno nang sila'y nasa ilang, gayon may namatay sila. Ngunit ang sinumang kumain ng pagkain bumaba mula sa langit ay hindi mamamatay. Ako ang pagkain nagbibigay buhay na bumaba mula sa langit. Mabubuhay magpakailanman ang sinumang kumain nito. At ang pagkain ibibigay ko sa ikabubuhay ng sanlibutan ay ang aking laman. Mga kapatid, ito ang mabuting balita ng Panginoon. Pinupuri ka namin, Panginoong Hesukristo. So, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon.
Well, for the sake of our non-Tagalog speaking and non-Filipinos, I will just share my thoughts with you in English. That's okay?
Okay.
You can understand. Brothers here can understand. And also your husband and our friend there can relate with us, because English is an international language. So you know that today is August 8th, and it is the closing ceremony of Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Are you aware of it?
Yes.
And you know that at the start of the Summer Olympics, we were reminded by the organizers of the motto of the Olympics. Do you know the motto of the Olympics? Well, I'm sure many of us do not really care what's the motto of the Olympics. But if you watch the opening ceremony, they have shown it to us. The motto of the Summer Olympics is originally in Latin. Would you like to know what it is in Latin?
Yeah.
Citius, Altius, Fortius. Mother, what is that? Well, in English it means, Citius means faster. Altius means higher. And Fortius means stronger. So, in English, the motto of the Olympics is faster, higher, and stronger. So difference, the Summer Olympics is all about, it's all about who is the fastest, who is the highest, and who is the strongest. That means it is a competition. You know, when there is a competition, of course, you would have to know who is the fastest, the highest, and the strongest. Summer Olympics is nothing but competition. But you see, even in our life, we are very much influenced by competition, because our society is a very competitive society. We are always pushed to be the fastest, the highest, and the strongest, the best in everything. You know, I'm very happy that this time, in this Summer Olympics in Tokyo, the Philippines have garnered 4 medals. 1 gold, 2 silvers, and 1 bronze. And imagine, after 96 years that we have been participating in the Olympics, it's the first time that we got a gold. Norway is a lot better now because Norway has 4 golds, and 2 of them, but most especially one of them, Karsten Barmo, has broken the world record. He broke it before, and now in the Summer Olympics, he broke it again. So that means he shows to us that he is the fastest man on earth. But we are happy that we have also received medals. But dear friends, what I'm telling you is that sometimes in our life, you know, we are very much influenced by competition. Especially for us in the Philippines. The students have to study hard, right? In order to be at the top of the class. So that when they graduate in high school, they are valedictorian. And when they graduate in college, they have received summa cum laude, the highest award. Sometimes I am amused that some of us would post in Facebook the results of the grades of their children. So when their children have received very high grades and they are given an award like with honors. So deposit there. My child has gotten an award with honors, or sometimes with high honors. So it develops a sense of competition, even as children. And also even in the work, the workers and the employees would really do everything to be promoted, so that one day they are not just employees, but they are the boss. Or that's the aim of some. You want to be the boss, to be at the top. And there are others, especially in the professional field, they really work hard to qualify so that they are in the top notch. And so people would look up to them. So you see, this is how we are taught in the world to be really competitive, to always climb up, right? To always go up the ladder from the first rung, second rung, third rung, and to the very top. That's what the world, the competitive society tells us. So that when we are at the top, you know what happens when you are at the top? Well, first those below will look up at you, and if you are at the top, you also look down at them. Oh, you are below me. I am higher than you. And so there is always sense of discrepancy. But look at Jesus, how he teaches us, especially today in our gospel. You know, it's so different. It's exactly the opposite of what the world thinks, because God's ways are not man's ways. And Jesus teaches us not always to strive going up, but rather Jesus teaches us to go down. Because he says in our gospel, I am the bread that comes down from heaven. So he teaches us the opposite. He is above, but he goes down to us. It's completely the opposite of what the world thinks. Jesus is the Son of God. He is in the gospel, the Logo, the Word that became man. Why? Why did Jesus go down to us? So that we feel that we are on the same level. When we are on the same level, we see each other eye to eye. You're up there. I can't reach you. No, Jesus would teach us the importance of humility. That's why he declares today, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. And Jesus became like one of us to make us realize that he understands us, to make us realize that he is completely one with us, so that we can trust him, because Jesus knows everything about us, about our being human, that we are also weak. But Jesus took everything about us and became like one of us, except for what? Except one thing, that he cannot be like one of us. You know what is that? Except for
Sin.
Except for sin.
Sin.
Except for sin. But Jesus is so just like one of us, so that we can understand who he is, the Son of God, And also, Jesus can show to us that He is completely one with us. So that's why He would like to make Himself the bread for us. We eat bread, right?
Yes.
For us Filipinos, we prefer rice than bread. What do you eat? Bread or rice? Both. Yes. Whether bread or rice, it's food for our body. We need food in order to satisfy our hunger. But now Jesus tells us that man does not live on bread alone. But there is something that He would like to give us. That something that would satisfy our inner spirit. And He is that food. If we take Jesus as our food, then we are completely satisfied. That's the beauty of what Jesus has given us. And dear friends, I hope that we take this seriously in our life. You know, that every time we celebrate this Eucharist, the bread becomes truly
Jesus.
the body of Jesus, which will become our food for our journey here on earth. And so that we can be in union with Jesus, be one with Him. And when we give ourselves completely to Jesus, He will surely take us up again. He will raise us up, just like what happened to Him. He rose from the dead. So this is the way of God. The way of God is the opposite of the way of man. The way of man is to be the greatest, to be the best. But when you are the best and the greatest, then it brings you many times nothing. Emptiness. Oh, there are so many people I know who reached to the top, but they were not completely happy. Some of them, even if they have reached the top, they are famous, the most famous in the world, and yet they are not happy. Why? Some of them even take up their life. Yes, it's not the true way of finding happiness. But Jesus tells us, yes, I know what it is in the top, but I will just like to be one with you, because in being one with you, you find meaning in your life, and I can bring you up. And it's Jesus who will bring us up. Thanks be to the wisdom of God. And you see, dear friends, if we hold on to Jesus in our life, if we take Him in the Holy Eucharist, if we take Him as our food, I assure you that you will find fullness of life. Fullness of life. And this is what we are looking for. Fullness of life. Not a meaningless life, but fullness of life. And this is also what we admire with both of you, that you have found that meaning of life in your marriage for 40 years. Wow! Some people are already fed up with 5 years. Enough. Some have 10 years. Oh, I'm bored with my wife. But since you have found meaning in your life, as husband and wife, you were able to persevere, to hold on. 40 years. And I hope I can witness your 50 years and your 60 years. And more years. So dear friends, that's what Jesus teaches us in life. We can find meaning in our life, whatever status you are in. Married life, non-married life, you can always find meaning if you allow Jesus to be part of your life. If you allow Jesus to be the bread of life, because He will lead you to eternal life, the fullness of life. Amen?
Amen.
So let us continue our celebration, and let us all stand. Magsitayo po tayong lahat. At ipahayag natin ang ating pananampalataya. Sumasampalataya ako sa Diyos amang makapangyarihan sa lahat, na may gawa ng langit at lupa. Sumasampalataya ako kay Hesu Kristo, isang anak ng Diyos, Panginoon nating lahat. Nagkatawang tao siya, lalang ng Espiritu Santo. Ipinanganak ni Santa Mariang Birhen. Pinagpakasakit ni Poncio Pilato. Ipinako sa krus, namatay, inilibing. Nanaog sa kinaroroonan ng mga yumao. Nang may ikatlong araw na buhay na maguli, umakyat sa langit, naluluklok sa kanan ng Diyos amang makapangyarihan sa lahat. Doon magmumulang paririto at huhukom sa nangabubuhay at nangamatay na tao. Sumasampalataya na